Hello to all language learners. On this channel, we bring you engaging and educational English podcasts, along with important vocabulary and key points to help take your listening and speaking skills to the next level. Join us to listen to each episode together and learn practical English through the stories and diverse topics of the podcasts. Today, we want to talk to you about a shopping trip. We went to 3 different stores: a grocery store, a butcher, and a bakery. It was a fun day, and we'll tell you all about it.
Hello everyone, today's podcast is all about shopping. Please take a moment to listen. I started my day by going to the grocery store. I usually go there once a week to buy food for the whole week. When I entered the store, I grabbed a shopping cart. The first thing I needed to buy was some fruits and vegetables. I went straight to the produce section. The produce section is always busy because people need fresh food. I decided to buy some apples, bananas, and oranges. I also picked up a bag of potatoes and a bunch of carrots for dinner. Next, I grabbed some spinach and tomatoes for making a salad. I like to eat a lot of vegetables, so I always make sure to buy fresh ones. After that, I moved to the dairy section. I was almost out of milk, so I grabbed a carton of milk. I also bought a block of cheese because I love making sandwiches with cheese. I can never forget to get some bread, so I went to the bread section and picked up a loaf of whole grain bread. I love whole grain bread because it's healthier than white bread. Once I finished picking everything I needed, I went to the checkout counter. There was a long line, but the cashier was quick. I paid for my items and used a discount card. The cashier smiled and wished me a good day. Shopping at the butcher. After the grocery store, I decided to go to the butcher. A butcher is a shop that sells fresh meat. I needed to buy some chicken and beef for dinner. When I entered the butcher's shop, I saw the butcher cutting fresh steaks and placing them in the display case. I walked up to the counter and asked the butcher for 2 chicken breasts and a pound of ground beef. The butcher smiled and wrapped the meat in plastic. He also asked me if I wanted any spices to go with the meat. I thought for a moment and decided to buy some garlic powder and black pepper. They are perfect for making grilled chicken. It was a busy day at the butcher's shop, but the butcher was very friendly. After I paid for the meat, I thanked him and left. The butcher waved goodbye as I walked out of the shop. I was happy with my purchases, and I was excited to go to my last stop, the bakery. Shopping at the bakery. The final stop of my shopping trip was the bakery. I absolutely love bread, and I always look forward to buying fresh bread from the bakery. The smell of fresh bread and pastries was wonderful as I entered the bakery. There were so many delicious options to choose from: croissants, muffins, cakes, and different types of bread. I looked at the display case and saw some sourdough bread. I decided to buy a loaf of sourdough because it's my favorite type of bread. It has a tangy taste that I really enjoy. I also noticed some cinnamon rolls on the counter, and I couldn't resist buying a few. They are sweet, soft, and perfect with a cup of coffee. The baker behind the counter smiled as I walked up. She asked me if I wanted anything else, but I said I was happy with my choices. I paid for my items and thanked the baker. As I left the bakery, I could already smell the warm bread in my bag. I was excited to get home and start cooking. Cooking and eating. When I got home, I started by putting the groceries away in the kitchen. I stored the vegetables in the fridge and put the bread on the counter. Then, I got to work cooking dinner. I made a delicious grilled chicken with garlic and black pepper. I served it with a fresh salad made from the spinach, tomatoes, and carrots I had bought earlier. After dinner, I had some of the sourdough bread with butter. It tasted amazing. For dessert, I had a cinnamon roll from the bakery. It was sweet and soft, just like I remembered.
Thank you so much for joining us today. If you enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe, comment, and give us a like so we can bring you even better content. Your support means a lot to us. Until next time, take care and goodbye.